Hey guys, how are you? So today I wanted to talk a tiny bit about the month of February. Not the fact that it's cold and it's February, but in terms of it being Heart and Stroke Month here, okay? That is so important, and it's something that I have been featuring on the TLC community and will continue to do so because cardiovascular health is so important. I'm so passionate about it, and there's so much that we can talk about on this topic that a lot of us unfortunately do not know. So what is cardiovascular disease? Cardiovascular disease is a general term using to encompass things like heart attacks, strokes, and all other disorders of the heart and blood vessel system, okay? And guess what? Unfortunately, it is still the leading health issue in the Western world. So what does this mean? It is the #1 killer in the United States. And in Canada, it's the #2 killer just behind cancer. So here are some quick stats in terms of cardiovascular disease. And a lot of them are US stats because that's what's more readily available, unfortunately, in a lot of the peer-reviewed articles and books that I personally refer to. So coronary heart disease, which causes heart attack, okay, is the single leading cause of death in women in America. So I know a lot of times, this disease might have been thought of still as a more dominant in men having heart attacks, etc. #1 killer of women in America. 40% of Americans will die due to cardiac malfunction, and we are not far behind. We are part of that North American society. We have the same culture, the same foods, the same views on life, etc. You know what I mean, guys, give or take for the most part, okay? So get this. By the time my video is done, and even before, depending on how long I ramble, 4 Americans will have had a heart attack, and another 4 Americans will either have had a stroke or heart failure. That is crazy. And my particular frustration with cardiovascular disease, one of the hardest things for me to swallow as a registered holistic nutritionist, is that we can quite literally, guys, repair, reverse, and prevent cardiovascular disease through what? You got it. Through our diet, through what we eat. Why is it still the #1 and the #2 killer between US and Canada, if this is the case? And guys, the scientific data is there, okay? Through peer-reviewed articles, documents, books, data, things like the China study, and decades worth of other studies done by pioneers and giants in the field, including Dr. Caldwell B. Esselstyn Jr. and Dr. Dean Ornish. We know without a shadow of a doubt that diet is in direct correlation to cardiovascular disease. All right, these doctors, these again giants in their field, these pioneers have proven this with irreversible scientific data time and time again. So when you have a chance, if you have a chance and you want to learn more, look up even just these 2 doctors. Again, Dr. Caldwell B. Esselstyn Jr. and Dr. Dean Ornish, okay? And you will see these studies will blow your mind, okay? So my frustration lies in the disconnect between this valuable, proven scientific information and mainstream media and mainstream healthcare. But guys, together we can empower each other, we can teach one another, we can show each other where to find this information and learn what it takes and the small steps we can make to take care of our beautiful beating hearts that quite literally are keeping us alive. And I mean, it's not hard to see where I'm going here. We know things. We hear things about, red meats and cholesterol and smoking and fast foods and fried foods, all of these things. We know that these things are directly correlated with an increased rate of cardiovascular disease, heart attack, stroke, and everything that that encompasses. But what we don't know, or what most of us don't know, I should say, and what isn't readily available is this information, that the whole foods, plant-based diet can do all of the things I stated earlier, can help heal, reverse, repair, prevent cardiovascular disease. It's as easy as that, okay? And before you say, nah, not going vegan, no, not giving this up, I'm not asking you to. But what I am asking you to is to consider adding more whole food, plant-based options into your life, okay? We want to lower things like saturated fats. We want to eliminate things like trans fats. We want to get the right essential fats, those polyunsaturated, those monounsaturated. And next week on the TLC community, I'm going to talk about the number one small thing that you can do in your diet, tiny tweak, to vastly protect your heart, your cardiovascular system, to help you repair, to help you reverse. Because another small fact we don't know, heart disease happens over a lifetime, okay? It's not a switch. So whatever process we might be at in that heart disease, that cardiovascular disease, one thing we can do every day to lower and repair. As well, I have a whole bunch of heart-friendly recipes, one of them being mac and cheese. Yeah, mac and cheese can be heart-friendly done the right way. So I am very excited to talk more about cardiovascular health, to talk more about your beautiful heart coming up on the TLC community next week. See you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.